Lynette Oxley here for Tag Shack Tactical TV. Hopefully we have a better week this week. I don't cough, that the lines keep up, etc. So sorry for last week, and I'm here with Paul.
Hi guys, yeah. Hi Lynette. Yeah, last week was a bit of a disaster.
Sorry guys.
There we go.
My apologies.
And once the line went down, I think it was YouTube's connection went down. Once that went down, we had to bring up a new, start a new session, and it took about 15 minutes to get it up, and by that time everybody I think had gone home. Yeah, so it was actually, so what we're planning to do today is to recap the show from last week, because there was actually a hell of a lot of very good information that we needed to disseminate last week. So guys, again, apologies for last week. Sometimes things happen. You know, welcome to the first week of winter. It's
been absolutely miserable. This rain. What the hell with the rain in Gauteng?
Jeez, I don't know, hey? Anyway.
Our neighborhood has been out just down the road now since Wednesday with power as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Midday Wednesday. Load shedded.
And not back up yet.
Not back yet. Anyway,
can we start talking about the class action suit against SAPS from Gun Free South Africa, and also give an update?
All right, so Gun Free South Africa announced 2 weeks ago that they were intending to take the Colonel Chris Prinsloo, and note that I'll always call him Colonel Chris Prinsloo, because at the time that he committed the crimes, he was a colonel in the South African Police Service. So the guy's, no, he wasn't an ex-colonel. He didn't get a chance to be ex-colonel. You know, it was sort of from colonel straight to jail. Well, or maybe not to jail, because I don't think he's ever served a day. No. In any case, so Gun Free South Africa is on behalf of a couple of claimants. They're starting a class action suit in the Western Cape against SAPS against primarily aimed at the guns that Colonel Chris Prinsloo sold to the Cape Flats gangs. We think that's a pretty good thing in any case, because there's zero consequence management in the police. It wasn't just Colonel Chris Prinsloo that was involved. He had other people, other policemen involved in the scheme with him. It's impossible to nick 2,500 firearms without anybody actually noticing.
It was 2,500.
Yeah, so or at least that we know of. So so we think it's a pretty good thing that this is being followed up on. We don't want to give Gun Free South Africa any advertising, any publicity at all. However, they have taken this up. The problem, and we're now evaluating whether or not we should climb into the case as amicus, as friends of the court, not as friends of Gun Free South Africa, as friends of the court. And the reason we're thinking of that is remember last time with the Hunters case at the Constitutional Court, that obiter remark by Judge Frontline, we are going to live with the hangover from that unfortunate remark for time immemorial. It's going to come back to bite us every time. You don't have a right, it's a privilege. Yeah. We don't want the judge to read from Gun Free South Africa's papers and make some kind of a silly remark like Frontline made. We also have, part of the papers also, not just the guns, they're also going after how lax the police is with their control of ammunition at dealers. So this has got all sorts of other implications. Remember that the FCA amendment bill talks about limiting, or about eliminating reloading. We don't know where this is going to go. You know, we have to be, if we're not in the game, we must just sit as spectators and watch them roll right over us.
And there's no ways that sport shooters can pay for ammo that comes in. I know that I don't put lots, I've actually discounted it, but the STV ammunition I have to sell like R6.80 per round.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous. that we have to reload, otherwise we can't practice our sport.
Absolutely, completely, 100% agree. So in that light, one of the first things that you have to do is you have to now approach the parties, or at least approach some of the parties, and hear whether they're going to object to you being part of the case. So I've tried to get hold of Adele, and she's just not getting back to me. I don't know why.
She doesn't like you very much.
I was very friendly over in the voicemail, but she hasn't phoned me back yet. I'm expecting that she's very busy, and I'm right on the top of her to-do list, and she's going to get in touch with me shortly. Adele, if you're watching this, please call me. Yeah. So what else?
So in terms of that, if we are probably going to have some legal costs again, so if you do want to contribute,
always
please donate some money.
We're going to, once we are in the process of applying to be amicus, friends of the court, we will put out a complete ad on the spaces, and we'll ask for donations so that we can afford to pay our lawyers.
I know it's tough out there at this stage. I think for
we know it's tough.
But if please, we are following up with membership and stuff like that. Please take our calls.
Yeah.
And at least take out a membership. The least membership is something like 137 rands per year. And then it goes
that's
up.
greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and then there's all kinds of really nice services, which maybe
and there's perks to high levels of membership. Free inquiries.
For gold memberships, they get one CFR
free follow-ups with CFR, free, this, that, and the other. And discounts on motivations, discounts on letters of demand.
And our legal services, Cynthia is absolutely awesome. She's really, really excellent.
Yeah. So speaking of which, let's get to the letters of demand, because some people have asked how effective are these letters of demand. So I had Cynthia do a quick recon on the over the last 2 months, the letters of demand that we've done, and we've got a better than 50% success rate from day 2 to week 2. So some of them have come through as quickly. We've had a response as quickly as 2 days. Others as up to 2 weeks. After that, it tapers off a little bit. But more than 50% we're successful within 2 weeks. It's a great way of letting the police know what grounds you are complaining on. It's not just phoning up, they've now got a document in front of them. And the thing that follows on from a letter of demand is a summons. So it's very, very serious. No policeman or police employee wants to be summoned to court to explain why they didn't do something. It's pretty much a career killer. Any case, so the letters of demand are very, very good.
Not expensive.
They're not expensive, It's a bit more serious step than the inquiries. The issues with CFR inquiries are very good, and they do get a response. The letters of demand are like ratcheting it up a notch. It's like, okay, well, now gloves are off, guys. We're going to take you on.
Yeah.
So it's a very good service. The higher levels of paid membership get free letters of demand. One free letter of demand a year, I think it is.
Is that so, Hannes?
Pardon?
He's fast asleep.
I'm quality checking.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Diamond members get a free letter of demand. If they don't, and I made a mistake, just tell Cynthia you spoke to me and I said it was cool. Okay.
No, she said I didn't see that on the list, but in any case, I know they get free CFR inquiries, but I'm not sure about the letters of demand.
We can talk about it.
Okay.
Friday afternoon special. We can talk about it. All right. So we've also had interesting case. Guys overseas He's working overseas long term, but holds dedicated status in South Africa. He's got his guns here, obviously stored correctly and properly. Wants to know how can he maintain his dedicated status. So maybe it's a mistake, maybe it's not, maybe it's Maybelline. SAPS, or the law does not prohibit you from taking part in activities overseas and having them logged locally with someone like NARFO or NatShoot or whatever. So you can log your overseas activities with, at least we know with NARFO. I'm not sure about NatShoot, we know about NARFO. Well done, NARFO. So you can maintain your dedicated status. Go to a gun show, go to a shooting competition, whatever overseas, and log it. For a hunt in Europe, log it. So that's quite exciting, and that's quite nice. And I actually phoned the chairman of NARFO, Elmo, and discussed it with him, and he says, oh, he's got no problem with that whatsoever. Yeah.
So
Ladies Top Shot.
No, before that is the previous point.
Okay.
Now I'm even speaking in Afrikaans. I don't know what's going on with me. It's been a long week.
Okay, so
It's just to do with the.
so workplace firearm policies.
Had a couple of inquiries.
We've had an inquiry from somebody where there isn't a workplace firearms policy, wanting to know if we can help draft one. Yes, we can. Between our in-house counsel and specifically Max from Motivus, we'll sort out a workplace firearms policy for your company. It'll have to be very specific to a particular company, but we're delighted to do that. So, you know, a lot of companies don't have a policy. So guys don't know what to do. They like, who shall I approach? How do I approach this? Well, how about you be proactive and you approach the company and say, listen, so this is the situation. There's a number of employees who want to bring their firearms to work but want to do it correctly. You don't have a policy in your employee handbook. Can we suggest that you implement one? And these people will be great at helping you do that. And it's obviously it's a corporate policy. It has to take account of who the landlord is on the premises, and etc., etc., etc. So it's going to be quite a complex thing. But yeah, we'll be great. We'll be very happy to help with that. Okay. Girls on Fire.
Okay, so we're busy getting our sponsorships ready for Top Shot. We've had some great responses so far. We've got our firearms sponsored for the winner of the Fighting Spirit Award, and we've got 2 other firearms already.
So far. It's the end of August, so there's still time.
There's still some time.
So all you retailers and wholesalers out there, now's your time to throw guns at us.
And as well ammunition and some cash donations because we have to buy some 50 cal ammunition, which is bloody expensive.
Jeez,
we got it at
free donations of 50 cal have dried up.
Yeah, so we'll have to buy. We've got it at a good price, but it's still going to cost us quite a bit of money. We still have, if you've got any .22 ammunition lying around for our for one of our stages, that'll be great, because for our Steel Challenge stage, or any cash donations, as I said, all goodie bag fillers, please contact me or Hannes. My email address you can get at girlsonfire@gosa.co.za. Anything big or small would be appreciated, please. It's a wonderful event, excellent venue.
Agreed.
And it's really an amazing event. Hannes's address is events@gosa.co.za.
That's right.
Any case.
Fighting Spirit, what do you want to say? Anything about it?
We've got about 12 entries so far. Please, if you have somebody that you want to still nominate for the Fighting Spirit Award, hopefully we want to get all of the entries to our panel of judges. We've got about 6 or 8 people. I excellent judges.
Yes.
We want to get that, I think, by the end of June. We want to get all of those in so they have time to consider it. Obviously, from my side, as I said, the gun is already sponsored from Melita's side, CZ. And from my side, I will obviously provide free proficiency training for competence. We've already got a SAPS sponsored for the winner as well.
Yeah.
And we also have holsters that will be sponsored
Excellent.
for the winner. So wonderful prizes.
And there's quite an exciting thing that we're not going to talk about.
I don't know what you
Watch this space.
I don't even know what you're talking about, which is something else.
So we will hopefully have a great surprise for you as
yes, now I know what you're talking about.
As the master of ceremonies.
Oh, something else. There's some interesting developments.
There's some interesting developments
but,
on that.
First, it's very exciting. That is really exciting. It will be amazing.
Yeah, that will be
so watch
really
the space.
Cool. It'll be really cool.
I'll know next Tuesday.
Yes.
So,
and to finish off, so we let you know about what was happening with Piet van Wyk de Vries, our good friend. So Sunday before last, we were at his last show at the Atterbury Theatre. And during that show, unexpectedly, completely out of the blue, and he struggled at the show. It was a
struggle.
It was it wasn't much of a singing show, but we were there because of Piet. We were there for Piet and to support him and Wilmerly, of course. In any case, and at the end of the show, he unveiled this big 3 meter by 2 meter canvas because by training he was actually an industrial artist. So every time he brought Cerakote into the country. He is Cerakote.GOSA.
And we could talk about my revolver here today.
Yes. In any case, and every time when you start airbrushing something or spray painting something, you pour paint in the gun, and then you start spraying, and initially it stutters a little bit and then it sprays properly. So you can't spray that on a gun, when you're doing a high tech, And then also right at the end of using the paint that you've got in the gun, you have to clean the gun. So there's a little bit. So what Piet did when he started Cerakoting is he took this big canvas into his workshop and he put it on the wall behind his desk. And every time he started spraying, he would go onto this thing and he would do a bit of a stripe on this canvas. And then at the end, he would put another little stripe on where he was cleaning the gun out. He estimated that he had 150,000 rands worth of Cerakote sprayed on this canvas, because Cerakote is very, very expensive, the ceramic coating. So he then signed the work and he auctioned it off on last Sunday or the Sunday before, right at the end of the show. And we expected that because the show was for the benefit of Wilmerly, his wife. And then out of the blue, he said, well, he's thinking he wants to make some other attach some other beneficiaries to this. And he auctioned it in the theatre, and he made he divided the proceeds up between Wilmerly, SADA, the South African Arms and Ammunition Dealers Association, and GOSA. He also spoke about Reach for a Dream. I'm not sure of that, but it might be. So we might have a quarter share, we might have a third share. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't matter, guys. The money about it doesn't really matter. But it's that.
And he had a fighting spirit.
Great,
as well.
yeah, and it's that great feeling that somebody recognized and appreciated what we've been doing. From that, for me, that was my takeaway from that, and also so Piet should have been, he should have moved the concert earlier, perhaps. He made it on the 7th of May because that was his birthday. And he wanted to have his last show on his birthday, so it was Piet's show. But he'd been advised by his doctors to move it 2 months earlier, into March. But he held out for his birthday, and he stayed alive for that. And interestingly, he died on last Thursday night, not this yesterday, but so at 5 o'clock he passed away. So he just made the show. You know, he made the show by 3 days and 3.5 days. Yeah. And in any case, so that spirit of holding out, of not giving in, of trying to be the master of your own destiny, it's different to the fighting spirit.
It is. But
it's that indomitable endurance, that resilience, that I will carry on. I will get what I want. I will do what I want. You know, that tremendous character, the courage to persevere. So what GOSA has decided to do is that we will from next year implement on the 7th of May, we will use Piet's donation to us to get this thing going, and we will present a Piet Award, just called the Piet Award, for somebody who perseveres, who doesn't give up, who refuses to give up. So it's going to be somebody who perseveres through a refusal, an appeal, a judicial review, etc., to get what they deserve.
Yeah.
To get what they want and what they deserve. It's going to be the Piet Award, and it's going to be implemented from next year. So, Piet van Wyk de Vries, thank you very much wherever you are, buddy. Strange. So the last word on that is I don't think that there's going to be a funeral. But I think there's going to be there's tomorrow there's a bit of a gathering that we've been invited to. So we will keep the GOSA flag flying.
And obviously Wilma Lee was one of my first girls on fire. And,
correct. Try and bring her back into the fold.
Yeah.
She needs to feel some love from the community.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll go on further.
Oh, sorry, my love.
Anyway.
It was very special to us. Guys, have a great weekend. It's going to be a bit of a nippy one. We'll
cheers, guys.
See you next week.
Die stadse liggies jaag vanaand die aand aan, en haar strate maak hulle arms oop vir my. Ek het die wêreld aan my voete. Ek kan net vra en ek sal kry. Ek sal die hele ding heen, als daarin verruil. Vir iemand soos jy. Vir iemand soos jy. Staan in die ligte van die motors wat verby ry. En die patrone wat in jou kamermuur val en afgly. Loop die mense in die strate, soos tyd by ons verby. En in die oggend aan die einde van die droom is daar net ek, iemand soos jy. En iemand soos jy. En ek kyk op na die sterre, hoe hulle skitter in die aand. Hoe die see weeg vir die maan waar wense bly. En ek gaan soek op die berge en in die diepste oseaan. Ek wendel op my eiland in die ruimte om die son en wag vir iemand soos jy. Het ek jou gedroom? Is het als te veel gevra? Die wêreld net vir my en iemand soos jy. En iemand soos jy.